We're here at Holden Bros Diesel in Boerne, Texas. Why Texas, you ask?
We brought the chassis of the ultimate American truck build all the way down to Texas to install the engine and transmission. Holden Bros Diesel are one of the best when it comes to building diesel engines. They built an insane 12-valve Cummins for Matt from Demolition Ranch, and we figured they'd be the perfect shop to build our engine for this truck. Before we could get the engine mounted into the chassis, we had a few last details to button up.
So when I talked to Steven about building this motor, I told him I wanted it reliable and powerful, around 600 horse. But I also told him I wanted it to look fairly stock, but be really nice and blingy at the same time. So I think they pulled it off really well. So you can see we got King Speed tappet cover, King Speed block off plate, King Speed oil pan. Now these parts are normally polished, nice and bright, but we had them powder coated and cerakoted black, so it looks a little more factory. Got a King Speed cover with an adjustable timing gear, fluid damper, and the King Speed valve covers look amazing. Again, these usually come polished, but we had these anodized, a lot of them anodized, powder coated, or cerakoted, one of those options, just to make it look nice and factory. We're gonna leave the pump raw, and we are putting the turbos on now.
For those of you who are interested, I'll go over all the details of this engine build later on in the video. The engine is now ready to go into the frame, but first we need to get the transmission mounted up to the engine. Cody at Super Stick Transmission built us a sweet G56 6-speed transmission and even delivered it to Holden Bros shop. This transmission with a Valair dual disc clutch will make a perfect combo to get the power to the ground.
So we got to here down to Texas, and I realized I forgot the plates to mount to the block, to the engine mounts, to the chassis. Luckily, Derek Smith at Keeper Tuned had some in stock. I texted him, he was able to overnight these to me. Got him here, he sent all the hardware with it, so we're good to go. Thank you, Derek. If you need any parts for first gens, Derek Smith has anything you need.
The moment of truth.
Well guys, we did it. Got it all installed. Trans mount we don't have yet, so we're going to take this home, put the trans mount in, put the intake over on this side, couple more loose items that didn't show up in time, so let's get this loaded up, get it home, and finish her out. Steven, what do you think about it? How'd it turn out?
I think everything is outstanding. I wish it was mine.
Really?
Baller, dude. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely the cleanest 12 valve we've ever built. We built a cool one for demo ranch. This is way better. Like way.
All right, we got the chassis and the drivetrain for the ultimate American truck build home to Utah safely. That was a really fun trip. It was fun hanging out with Holden Bros and with Super Stick. Just a good time. Now, we have a few more things I want to get installed to finish this out. Some of the parts that didn't show up to Holden Bros in time, but I've had a lot of people ask me about Charlie's 3-link suspension that we installed on this truck, and if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I've had a lot of people ask me, how does it ride? What is it like? And to be honest, I don't know. I've never ridden in a truck like that. But it just so happens Charlie is in town in Utah delivering one of his trucks to a customer, and it's got the 3-link suspension. He talked to the customer. He said if we're gentle and we take it easy, we can take it out, get some footage of it. So let's go out with Charlie and get some footage of what this 3-link can do out in the dirt. Charlie wants me to drive it. There's no way my truck could do this. So as you can see from that footage, this suspension setup is incredible. It's really crazy how smooth it is, especially on road. All that footage was off-road, but driving it on the freeway and the highway, it just drives as smooth as a brand new truck. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, but we've got a few more parts to get installed on the truck. All right, we've got our intake plate on. Before we can put the rest of our intake on, we need to put our injectors in and our injector lines. The injectors I'm going with are these DDP, Dynamite Diesel Products Stage 2 injectors. I've heard awesome things about these injectors. They have kind of a new technology they use, and supposedly it works really, really well. So we're gonna put these in, and then I'll show you the injector lines I got. So here's our injector lines. These are brand new from Scheid. They have injector lines for every setup, so I told them I needed it to fit the Banks twin ram intake, and that's what they sent. I'm unsure if the stock ones do or not, but they said these ones will fit for sure. So we've got our injectors on. I threw my return line on. Let's throw these injector lines on. So the air intake setup I chose to go with is the Banks Twin Ram Power Pack. I love this thing. I've always loved it. I've never actually had it on a truck, but I reached out to them and they loved the build, and so they sent one out. Normally these come red because it's Banks, but that's a little too flashy for what we're going for on this build. So I sent it off to Bling & Diesel. He sandblasted it, powder coated it black. It looks really, really good. But before we can put this on, there's two sections here where we need to take our original grid heaters and transplant them into those. So let's go do that real quick, and then we can bolt everything down. The instructions from Banks cover how to transplant these grid heaters in excellent detail. All right, we have our stock grid heaters all transplanted into these plates. So we're ready to go put these on the truck so we can put the whole intake horn on as well. I know there's quite a few of you who are interested in all the details on this engine build. Let me show you everything that I know of the details, but if I don't know anything, you gotta go check out Holden Bros. They detail the whole build of the engine. Okay, so here it is. Starting here in the back, we have a built G56 transmission from Superstick. Super nice. And look at the detail. Look at those trans cooler covers. It's the same paint scheme as the truck is. And it's tapped for a dipstick as well. Then up here, let me show you all the King Speed stuff. So King Speed billet tappet cover, block off plate, King Speed oil pan, and then King Speed valve cover. So these are all billet pieces milled out of solid billet, and typically they come aluminum colored, so billet colored, which kind of like this screw right here. But I didn't want this to be super flashy and blingy, so I had them all powder coated black, except for some portions. You can see here, the front cover is a King Speed cover as well. Again, it's usually nice and shiny, but we powder coated most of it. And then we've got our adjustable timing gear from Power Driven Diesel, fluid damper, harmonic balancer, one wire alternator with a lead for tack. The compounds, it's a K27 over S369. All the tubing, piping, everything is custom from Holden Bros. They did all that. Got our down pipe right there. Steed Speed manifold, blue top, second gen steering gearbox, Ferrell Diesel P-pump, Scheid injector lines, Dynamite Diesel product, DDP stage 2 injectors, and our Banks twin ram intake, all sitting on the Charlie 3-link suspension. All right guys, we did it. We have the engine fully assembled. That included a whole road trip down to Texas to Holden Bros Diesel. They knocked it out of the park on this build, so thank you to them. I hope you guys are enjoying this build. Next video, we're gonna get everything done to the chassis that we need done before we can put the body on. So brake lines, fuel lines, exhaust, transfer case, drive line, all that stuff. Then we will be ready to put the body on this thing. So we'll see you guys in the next one.